Chicken Noodle Soup. Just the mention of it can bring a smile to your face and a sense of warmth to your heart. Two words that evoke warmth, nostalgia, and a sense of well-being. It's a dish that transcends generations, bringing families together around the dinner table. There's something inherently comforting about a steaming bowl of this classic dish, especially when it's made with care and attention. The aroma alone can transport you back to simpler times, reminding you of home-cooked meals and cherished moments. Beyond its soothing qualities, chicken noodle soup is also incredibly nutritious, packed with protein, vitamins, and minerals. The tender chicken provides essential proteins, while the carrots and celery add a burst of vitamins and antioxidants. While store-bought versions exist, nothing compares to the flavor and satisfaction of homemade chicken noodle soup. The rich, savory broth, the perfectly cooked noodles, and the fresh, wholesome ingredients make all the difference. The process is simpler than you might think, and the end result is a pot of pure culinary comfort that will warm your heart and soul. From chopping the vegetables to simmering the broth, each step is a labor of love. So gather your ingredients, and let's embark on this culinary journey together. Whether you're cooking for yourself, your family, or friends, making chicken noodle soup is an act of love and care. It's more than just a meal, it's a way to show you care, to nourish both body and spirit. So, roll up your sleeves, and let's create a bowl full of comfort that will bring joy and warmth to everyone who tastes it. Before we begin, let's assemble the necessary ingredients. For the stock, you will need 1 whole chicken, approximately 3 to 4 pounds, 1 large onion, quartered, 2 carrots, roughly chopped, 2 celery stalks, roughly chopped, 4 cloves garlic, peeled and smashed, 1 teaspoon black peppercorns, 2 bay leaves, 1 tablespoon salt, and 8 cups cold water. For the soup itself, you will need 1 cup egg noodles, 1 cup chopped carrots, 1 cup chopped celery, half a cup chopped fresh parsley, and salt and pepper to taste. The foundation of any good chicken noodle soup is a flavorful homemade stock. This rich aromatic base is what sets apart a mediocre soup from a truly memorable one. Crafting your own stock might seem daunting, but with a few simple steps, you can create a delicious, hearty stock that will elevate your soup to new heights. Start by rinsing the chicken thoroughly under cold water, removing any giblets from the cavity. This step ensures that your stock is clean and free from any unwanted impurities. It's important to take your time here, making sure the chicken is well rinsed and ready for the next step. Place the chicken in a large stock pot and add the onion, carrots, celery, garlic, peppercorns, bay leaves, salt, and cold water. These ingredients are the building blocks of your stock, each contributing its own unique flavor. The onions add sweetness, the carrots and celery provide a subtle earthiness, and the garlic brings a hint of pungency. The herbs and spices round out the flavor profile, creating a well-balanced and aromatic stock. The water should completely cover the chicken. This ensures that all the flavors are extracted from the chicken and vegetables, resulting in a rich and flavorful stock. Make sure to use cold water as it helps to draw out the flavors more effectively. Place the stock pot over high heat and bring to a boil. This initial high heat helps to quickly bring the ingredients to temperature, starting the process of flavor extraction. As the water heats up, you'll begin to see the flavors melding together, creating a tantalizing aroma. Once boiling, reduce the heat to low, cover the pot, and simmer for 1.5 to 2 hours, or until the chicken is cooked through. This slow simmering process is crucial, as it allows the flavors to develop and intensify. The gentle heat helps to break down the chicken and vegetables, releasing their flavors into the stock. You'll know the chicken is done when the internal temperature reaches 165 degrees Fahrenheit. This ensures that the chicken is fully cooked and safe to eat. At this point, your stock will be rich, flavorful, and ready to be used as the base for your chicken noodle soup. Enjoy the fruits of your labor and savor the delicious, homemade goodness of your very own chicken stock. Carefully remove the chicken from the stock pot and place it on a cutting board to cool slightly. This step is crucial as it allows the chicken to rest, making it easier to handle and ensuring that the meat remains tender and juicy. The cooling process also helps in retaining the moisture within the chicken, which is essential for the next steps. While the chicken is cooling, strain the stock through a fine mesh sieve into a large bowl, discarding the solids. Straining the stock removes any impurities and ensures a clear, rich broth. This step is vital for achieving a smooth texture in your final dish. The fine mesh sieve helps in capturing even the smallest particles, leaving you with a pristine liquid. Once the chicken is cool enough to handle, remove the skin and discard. The skin, while flavorful, can be too fatty for the stock. Removing it ensures that the broth remains light and not overly greasy. This step also allows you to focus on the meat, which will be the star of your dish. Shred or chop the chicken meat and set aside. Shredding the meat allows for better integration into various recipes, whether you're making a soup, salad, or sandwich. The texture of shredded chicken is perfect for absorbing flavors from sauces and dressings, making your dish even more delicious. Return the bones to the stock pot and add 4 cups of fresh water. Adding fresh water helps in extracting more nutrients and flavors from the bones. This step is essential for creating a rich, flavorful broth that can serve as a base for many dishes. The bones contain collagen, which breaks down into gelatin, giving the broth a silky texture. Bring to a boil, then reduce heat to low and simmer for an additional hour. Simmering the bones for a longer period allows the flavors to deepen and the nutrients to fully extract. This slow cooking process is what transforms a simple broth into a complex, flavorful stock. The gentle simmering ensures that the broth remains clear and doesn't become cloudy. This second simmer will extract even more flavor from the bones. The extended cooking time allows the marrow and collagen to fully dissolve into the broth, enriching its flavor and nutritional value. This step is what sets a homemade stock apart from store-bought versions, giving you a depth of flavor that is hard to replicate. Strain the stock again through a fine mesh sieve, discarding the bones. This final straining ensures that your broth is free of any remaining bone fragments or impurities. The result is a clear, rich, and flavorful stock that can be used as a base for soups, stews, and sauces. By taking the time to strain the stock thoroughly, you ensure the highest quality for your final dish. The heart of the soup, adding vegetables and noodles. Now it's time to transform the flavorful stock into a hearty soup. Pour the strained stock back into the stock pot. Add the chopped carrots and celery. Bring the soup to a boil, then reduce heat to low and simmer for 10 minutes, or until the vegetables are tender crisp. Stir in the egg noodles and cook according to the package directions, usually about 8 to 10 minutes. Finally, add the shredded chicken and chopped parsley to the soup. Stir to combine and heat through. The final flourish, seasoning and serving. Taste the soup and adjust the seasoning with salt and pepper as needed. Remember, taste is subjective, so adjust the seasoning to your preference. Ladle the hot soup into bowls and garnish with additional fresh parsley, a sprinkle of black pepper, or a dollop of sour cream if desired. Serve your homemade chicken noodle soup with crusty bread or crackers for a complete and comforting meal. Beyond the bowl leftovers and storage, homemade chicken noodle soup is even better the next day, as the flavors have had time to meld and deepen. Store leftover soup in an airtight container in the refrigerator for up to 3 days. To freeze leftover soup, allow it to cool completely before transferring to freezer-safe containers or bags. Freeze for up to 3 months. Thaw frozen soup in the refrigerator overnight before reheating on the stovetop or in the microwave. A recipe for joy, sharing the goodness. Homemade chicken noodle soup is more than just a meal, it's an act of love and care. The time and effort you put into making it shine through in every spoonful. Share this culinary hug with friends, family, or anyone in need of a little comfort. The simple act of sharing a pot of homemade soup can brighten someone's day and create lasting memories. So, don't hesitate to spread the warmth and goodness of this classic dish. Troubleshooting your soup. Even experienced cooks encounter the occasional hiccup in the kitchen. Here are a few common troubleshooting tips for your chicken noodle soup. Soup too salty? Add a peeled and quartered potato to the soup while simmering. Potatoes act like a sponge, absorbing excess salt. Remove the potato before serving. Noodles too mushy? Cook the noodles separately in boiling water, then add them to the soup just before serving. This prevents them from overcooking in the broth. Stock lacking flavor? Simmer the stock for a longer period or try adding additional aromatics like a Parmesan cheese rind or a few sprigs of thyme. Variations on a classic. While the classic chicken noodle soup recipe is delicious in its simplicity, don't be afraid to experiment and make it your own. Add a spicy kick by stirring in a pinch of red pepper flakes or a dash of hot sauce to the soup for a touch of heat. Boost the vegetable content by incorporating other vegetables like chopped zucchini, diced tomatoes, or frozen peas for added flavor and nutrition. Make it creamy by stirring in a splash of heavy cream or half and half to the soup just before serving for a richer, creamier texture. Conclusion: the enduring appeal of homemade soup. In a world of instant gratification and convenience foods, there's something incredibly satisfying about creating a meal from scratch, especially one as comforting and nourishing as homemade chicken noodle soup. The process itself is therapeutic, filling your kitchen with enticing aromas and culminating in a pot of pure culinary comfort. So, the next time you're craving a warm hug in a bowl, skip the store-bought version and treat yourself to the simple pleasure of homemade chicken noodle soup. Your taste buds and your soul will thank you.